Assalamu alaikum, it's your girl Julie, and I am back today with a sewing tutorial, a highly requested sewing tutorial. I am making a swing overhead today, and I was hesitant on making this tutorial because I have not yet perfected how to make this swing overhead in my eyes, so I really didn't want you guys to ask me questions that I didn't have the answers to or whatever, but you guys keep on asking me to make the tutorial, so why not give you guys what you want? If you can if you can understand like how I make it, then you should be cool. If you can't really understand how I make it, then I really can't help you because I don't know any other way to explain how that I make it. But today is going to be a fun day. I'm excited about this tutorial because I really like swing overheads. I am not really fond of the square shape overheads, like the overhead that I made in my first tutorial, like ever. Like, it's okay, but I'm not really fond of that shape. And once I figured out how to make this swing overhead, okay, backstory. I could not figure out for the life of me how to make this swing overhead. Like, one day I broke down crying, like, trying to figure out why I can't wrap my mind around how to do this. And 1 second later, I was just like, you know what, I'm going to throw this fabric on me and I'm going to see how it turns out. So when I was making this swing overhead, my first swing overhead, I used 7 yards for myself. 7 yards. No way in the world that I need 7 yards. But I just really couldn't understand the concept of it and didn't get it. So I was like, maybe the more fabric I have, the swingier, circular it will be. But that wasn't the case. Okay, little FYI, I have a summer cold. You're going to hear me sniffling. And if I sneeze and say alhamdulillah, you better say alhamdulillah. I don't care if you're not in the room with me or not. You better say it. So, anyway, we are going to get into this swing overhead tutorial. Scissors, of course. Measuring tape. Oh my god, look at this color ITY. Now, you guys remember where I told you that I got all my ITY from, right? I'm not going to say where, but if you pay attention to the videos, I told you guys where I get my ITY from. It's supposed to be a secret about this color, so I didn't say anything. But I love where I get my favorite from. I really do. Anyway, so I have 4 yards of this ITY beautiful purple pink color. I love this color. And I'm going to show you guys how I make the swing overhead with the tail and the not high sleeve. I hate when people put on Instagram, it's a dress with a high sleeve, it's a caftan with a high sleeve, it's a swing with a high sleeve. I'm going to be making my overhead have a full sleeve. I hate the overheads that have that loosey thing and then the arm be tight at the bottom. I think that's stupid and ugly. Anyway, no offense. It's ugly. And without further ado, we are going to jump into this tutorial. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to need to do before you put the fabric on top of you to measure the length, you're going to need to cut off 18 inches, and that is for the tail. It's 18 inches for the length and 60 inches for the width. So when you're making a tail, you're going to cut the 18 inches in half, sew them together down the middle, and then put it around the bottom of the swing overhead. You're going to see me do that. I want to show you guys step by step how I do everything. I'm just letting you know the first thing that you're going to do is cut 18 inches. Okay? Okay, so now that you've cut your 18-inch piece, you put it to the side, and then you get to the measuring the fabric on your actual body. So the thing that I was so confused about is why did the swing overhead only have one seam. That confused me like on a whole nother level. So, like I was saying, the fact that the overhead only had one seam, like, really confused me, and I just couldn't figure out how can a garment have one seam. And the crazy thing about it is, you know, overhead swing is just like a pullover Kmart. It's only one seam, it's circular or whatever, it's just body size. But I still couldn't get the concept or whatever. So that day that I was crying over trying to figure it out, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to throw the fabric over me. And when I threw the fabric over me, I figured out how to do it. And now they're kind of, I used to never be an overhead person because I used to always feel like sisters and overheads look like walking thumbs, right? I swear to God, that's just how I thought about it. Like, you look like a thumb. I don't want to look like a thumb. But now, I be a cute thumb. Like, you know, I be rocking my overheads, like, all my different colors and whatnot, and like that, you know, throw some satin on it, throw some ruffles on it, whatever like that. I'm a cute thumb. Like, do y'all remember Spy Kids with the thumb people? Like, everything about them was a body of a thumb or whatever. That's how I feel like we look when we wear overheads or whatever. But anyway, so I'm about to show you how to throw the fabric over you so that you can get that one seam down the middle, and then from then on it's fairly easy. It just took me a long time to get it. That was my problem. I couldn't wrap my mind around it, and it frustrated me because usually when I see a design, like if I see an outfit, I automatically know how to make it. And the thing that frustrated me so bad about the swing overheads is I just couldn't understand the concept of it. But now I got it somewhat. So I'm going to show y'all. So what you do, now I would take a straight pin, but I'm not home. I'm at my cousin's house. So I'm going to take just a safety pin, you know, things we use to pin our keyboards. Take a safety pin. I'm going to take my favorite. I am going to take one end of my fabric. I'm going all the way through lengthwise. So I got one end and I got one end. And I'll put these ends together. So this is the bottom of my overhead. So I'm going to go all the way up to the top of my overhead, right? Going up the fabric, going up the fabric. It's like, basically I'm folding the fabric in half, or whatever, right? So this is the top of my overhead, this is the part that's connected, this is the fold of the fabric, right? So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to place the fold of the fabric up to my face. So I put it on my, basically my hairline. So I put it on my forehead, and I come under my chin. I like to come under my chin because I have triple, double chins or whatever like that. So I like it to be under there. I'm going to take the pin, and I'm going to pin the fabric at where it stopped under my chin. And let me get my measurements. So I am going to show you guys the measurements of my face hole. So the measurement of my face hole is 7.5 inches. It's 7.5 inches, so it'll stop right there. So now what I'm going to do is I pinned the bottom of where my face hole is at. So it's pinned, right? I'm going to open up the fabric like this. This is my face hole, right? And I'm going to open it up and I'm going to put it on. I'm putting it on. Because I can't. It's acting crazy. So from here on, you put your seam all the way straight down, like where my fingers are running through. You put your seam all the way straight down to the bottom, right? So that's the first step into having your swing overhead. It's simple, right? I just could not understand it. I couldn't get the concept, and it like frustrated me and made me so sad. So, okay, let me show you guys the back. This is the part that really, like, I just couldn't understand it, and it just like killed me. So that's where your 18-inch piece is going to come in at, because that's where you're going to put it, and that's going to make the fishtail. The thing that like confused me about it, because when I was like seeing pictures of it, because I didn't make up this style or design or whatever like that, and it probably was out like way before I even saw it or whatever, but when I would see pictures of it, I never seen a seam at the bottom, and that like really irritated me. But there is always a seam at the bottom, because no one has 120-inch ITY, and if they do, they hide where they get it from. So it's always a seam at the bottom. It's either going to be a seam all the way around. Some people cut where that line stops in the bottom, they cut the front even like that, and then they put the piece all the way around so that it's a circle piece. I don't like to do that. I mean, I've done it a few times, but it's not really my preference. I'd rather just have the tail. I like trains anyway, so I'd rather just have the tail. So I just, where that part is high at, you can see it, I add my fabric around there, and that's how I do it. So I'm about to show you guys just how to do the straight line first, and then I will show you how I cut the sleeves out from the extra part of fabric that's on the bottom. So we're about to get right into sewing this straight. Okay, so right now we're about to sew the first in. I don't want to say the only seam, because you have a seam for the tail and a seam for your sleeves, but it is the main seam of the swing overhead. So as you can see, I am going from the bottom of where I pinned my face hole. So straight from the bottom of there, and I am sewing behind the dots on the fabric, which is the salvage edge of the fabric. And I'm using black thread so you guys can see the seam as good as possible. It's not really why I'm using black thread. I use black thread for all the overgarments that I make for myself, because it's just easier for me than to be going and making a new bobbin with the different colors on there. But for video purposes, we're going to say that I'm making a seam so you guys can see it. So I'm just sewing straight, and I'm just sewing straight, and it's going to be straight down, and that's it. That is the main seam. That is the part that confused me the most. The fact that it just had this seam, one seam, and I just couldn't understand why a garment so full and so flowy only had one seam. And as you can see, this is it, just sewing straight down. Okay, so finished sewing it all the way through, and now we're going to try it on. So I sewed it all the way down straight with the main seam, and I'm going to try it on, and this is what you guys need to do also. So this is inside out. This is the right side. So I'm going to flip it over to the right side. This is the overhead right now. This is the back. Because you still have to put the fishtail on it. So you see how it is right now. So I'm about to show you how I cut the extra off of the end to make it a complete circle, and that is what I'm going to use for my sleeves. So I make sure that it's inside out. I take it from the top. And right now it's folded. I lay it out as a square. So I really just randomly cut from, I'm going to give it inches just for you guys, but this is the part when I say that I have not yet perfected it, because I really don't have measurements for the way I cut the bottom to make it circular. I just cut the end off. I round the end, just as if, I don't know, just how you make a circle. I round the end of the bed. So I'm going to say that I'm going to say that I go from here to here, which is 40 inches diagonally cut, right? So I'm going to start from this end. Let's start from this. So I cut off this much fabric. So this is how the fabric looks after it's cut. And I'm going to try it on again for you guys. Let's see if I made a mistake or not. So, nope, it's perfect. At this point, I could put the 18 inches on the overhead, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're about to cut the 18 inches in half. We're going to fold it in half lengthwise, and we're going to fold it in half widthwise. Cut it, sew it together so that it's one long piece. And then we're going to sew that on the bottom. Okay, so this is the 18-inch piece that we cut off at the beginning of the tutorial. So just going to fold it in half, all the way down. I got a fan in front of me, so I don't want to mess up the fan. Put it in half. Make sure I need you to make sure it's even as possible. Mine has a little curve. You guys can't see it. Mine has a little curve on the inside. I guess I didn't cut it as straight as I thought I did. And that's fine. It's a little bit off. It's not off so much that it's going to look crazy. And plus, at the end, we still have to hem the overhead. So, we won't have to see any of it. So I'm just going straight from I'm cutting on the fold, cutting the fold in half. So now it's in 2 pieces. So now you take the 2 ends, and you can tell the ends because they have that that salvage edge that I be talking about. So you take those two pieces, and right now, because this is ITY fabric, it's no front or back or whatever like that. Take them, put them together. And we're just going to sew straight down this edge to make it one, like, extremely long piece, okay? So I'm going to just show you guys. Okay, so now we have this two pieces that we turn into one piece, one extremely long piece, not extremely long, but one long piece, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our overhead, right? And we are going to fold it in half based on the front main seam. So I'm at the main seam, right? And I'm going to go all the way up to the top of the overhead. So I was at the bottom. Make sure it's all folded nice and evenly. So this is how you can tell it's a circle now. See? So what I'm going to do is, right here from this point, this is the back of the overhead, and it is also the halfway point for each, for each side of the overhead. So what I'm going to do is, the overhead is inside out, so I'm going to obviously keep my seam inside out. So I'm going to take this seam, and I'm going to put the right sides facing right sides. So this is the back of the overhead, and it's folded in half, right? I'm going to take this seam, I'm going to put these two together. So I'm going to open up the back of the overhead so that it lines up with the seam, okay? This is the tail, and this is the back of the overhead. If you want, you can pin it so that you know the back of the, where the back is at and where your seam is going to be at. So this is the back and middle of the overhead. If you were to put your, once you sew this on, if you were to put your main seam and line it up with this seam, is going to line up completely even because this is the back and middle of the overhead. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to start sewing straight down and around on this right side. Then we're going to go back to this middle seam and sew straight down and around to the left side. So I'm going to show you guys how to do the right side, and then I'm going to fast forward it on the left side. Okay, so I have sewn, oh, this is the front seam. I have sewn the tail on. This is the back seam for the tail. So I'm going to try it on so you guys can see what it looks like with the tail on. So this is the front. And this is the back. Okay, so now we're going to get to the sleeve part. So, I do have a measurement for how I like the sleeves to be. So, I like my sleeves to be, and I'm trying to remember how I measured it. I like my sleeves to be from the bottom of the face hole. I like them to be I like them to be 12 inches down from the bottom of the face hole. And from them 12 inches down, I like it to also be 12 inches inward, outward. So, 12 inches outward from the 12 inches down on the face hole. So I'm going to put the camera so you guys can see exactly what I mean when I measure it, when I'm measuring it. Okay, so from the bottom of the face hole, I am going to go 12 inches in. And then I'm going to take my measuring tape and I'm going to move these 12 inches inward. So this is where I'm going to cut my sleeve at, okay? Alright, so now I'm going to show you guys how I cut my sleeves. So what I do is, I go underneath both layers of fabric and I put my finger underneath and I start a hole. I don't know if you guys can see, this is my finger. So from then on, I just cut straight down. So I feel like that's enough for my sleeve, for my like arm and shoulder. So if I was to measure that cut, it it's 7 inches deep. That's a 7-inch deep cut. So I'm gonna give it 1 more inch. Okay. So now with the armhole in, I'm gonna try it on the overhead. And my armholes are way too low, so I'm going to have to cut it all the way up. So you guys can see the mistake, because sometimes the mistakes happen, right? Now I have a hole that's as big as my head, but that's going to be my sleeve. I'm going to just have to sew up the sleeve so that you can't see. Okay, so I want you guys to see this mistake that I made. So now I have all of this, but I do like where my where the sleeves are going to be right now. So all of this I am going to have to sew up. So if someone looks at my underarms, they are going to see a line underneath my underarm. It's not going to be a problem. It's just going to be a line underneath my underneath my underarms. It's going to be fine. Or I could make really exaggerated sleeves, but I'm not going to do that with this overhead. So I made a mistake. I'm fixing a mistake, and I'm glad that you guys can see that mistakes do happen when you sew, and you guys get to see how it's going to look after I fix the mistake. So I'm going to take this off, and we are going to get ready to make the sleeve. And then we're going to put the sleeves on, and then from putting the sleeves on, we're going to sew up this big giant hole. So the sleeves is like really, really simple. All it is folding the fabric to where they look like sleeves, cutting it out, and putting it on. Very, very simple. I don't usually measure this part, but I will for you guys. I know that my sleeves are 21 inches long. So take my measuring tape, measure this. This is over 27 inches. So it's over 27 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the fabric in like this, straighten this out. Take my measuring tape again, down, and I'm going to take it down to 22 inches. I'm going to take my scissors, and I'm going to cut all that extra fabric off, because I don't need that. I'm pulling it just to get it as straight as possible. And I am going to just cut this fabric at 22 inches. And this is my sleeve. It's not the curvy top sleeve. You don't always need to do that. It is just a plain, regular, normal sleeve. Sorry, the fan keeps blowing everything. Just a plain it's just a plain sleeve. And these are good sleeves for beginners to make. Just a plain regular sleeve like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew the sleeves together. I'm going to make the sleeve one. So I'm going to sew the seams of the sleeve together. And then I'm going to sew it on the overhead, and then we're going to sew that big gap up from the mistake that I made. Alright, assalamualaikum. I'm back. I had to go take a shower because it is hot as hell. Okay? It's too hot to even think about sinning. Okay? That's how hot it is. So, I sewed down my sleeves. I got the full sleeve going on. Turn it inside out. Full sleeve action going on right over here. Okay, full sleeve. And what I'm going to do is I am going to sew the full sleeve onto the overhead. Alright, just like that. Very simple. And then with that gaping hole, I'm just going to sew the line straight up. So remember how I did the wrong measurement for the sleeve, and that's how I got that ugly hole? What the real measurement is for me, because I told y'all some people would have liked where that sleeve ended at and just put that skinny arm piece right there. You can do that, but that's ugly. I don't like that. So where the bottom of my face hole stops, that's where I like my sleeve to start at. Literally right there. So that's how I like my sleeves to be, on my shoulder or whatever. So now what I'm going to do is turn my sleeve right side out, and I am going to take it while my overhead is facing the wrong side, and I am going to just sew all the way around. Okay, if you want, you can pin it, but I don't need to do that. I don't think you guys really need to do that, but I'm about to show you how I sew it, so then you can see how I sew the seam up. So I'm gonna just take it, and this is the tip of the sleeve, which is basically the middle. I'm gonna actually put the sleeve in around the sewing machine. So I slid the sleeve onto the sewing machine, and that makes it much easier for me when I'm doing a sleeve. And I'm just going to stop at the bottom of the sleeve, and I can tell what's the bottom of the sleeve because that's where the seam is at. So I'm going to just stop at that seam, and I'm doing the right side first, and then I'll be doing the left side, and then that'll be that for the sleeves. And then I'll just sew a straight line for that gap that's at the bottom, and then alright, so that is where the seam is at. So I'm going to back stitch, and I'm going to take it off. That's the sleeve onto the overgarment. And now I'm going to sew it again on the left side, all the way until the seam, and then my sleeve is put on. Now I can sew the seam down. This is the gap, but I'm gonna show you guys first before I sew it down. show you guys first. So, okay, so right now, we just pull the sleeve out. This is the sleeve, right? And as you can see, this is still the gap. So, I'm just going on so you guys can see. And you know, everything you do to one side, you do to the next side. So I'll be putting the next sleeve on, and then I will be fixing the gap on its side. So this is my sleeve. Let me move this cooler. This is my sleeve. And this is the gap, right? So now I'll just have to sew a straight line up the gap, and that'll be that. And I'll just put the sleeve on. Okay, so this is the left sleeve, and for the left sleeve, I started at the bottom seam of the sleeve, and I'm just going to go completely around to a whole circle. And I once again slip the sleeve over the sewing machine. Okay, so the sleeve is completely sewn on, and now I'm just going to sew that straight line. Just going to sew this straight line down, and then the overhead is done. I'm just going to hem the bottom, and then that's it. That is it. Okay, so I sewed both of the sleeves, and I sewed up both of those holes that was on the side of the overhead. We just pull the sleeves out. That one is already out. Now, of course, you have to hem it and trim any strings and stuff like that. But this is basically the body of the overhead. So that seam is right here, and you literally cannot see it. can't see it, it doesn't disturb. It doesn't disturb anything on the overhead or anything like that. So I'm going to hem the bottom, I'm going to hem the sleeves, and I really don't hem my, around my face, ever. I just don't. I like really don't hem around my face. I don't know why. I just don't. But, yeah, I'm still not going to hem it today, even for the video. So, thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys like this tutorial. And, oh, it's a good thing that you guys saw me make a mistake, right? Because a lot of people tell me they don't have enough patience to sew. And you just have to want to really make what you're about to make. That's all. Like, you don't have to make a mistake and then scratch everything and start all over. No, just have the patience enough to redo the mistake. And a lot of times with sewing, it's not really that hard to redo the mistake. You just either have to add or subtract fabric. That's it. And you see with that hole, all I had to do was make an extra stitch that no one is never going to be able to see. And if you want to take your mistake and make it into something beautiful, that hole that I made, I could have put invisible zippers on the side, and then now that's how breastfeeding women can sneak the titty out for the baby. Like, every mistake is not a catastrophe, and you gotta start over and stuff like that. You know, so thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry that it took a long time for me to get to this tutorial, but as you guys can see, you know, me making these overheads is not always so perfect and easy run. So I didn't really want to give you guys the tutorial, but I'm glad that I made that mistake in the tutorial so you guys can know that it doesn't always have to be a perfect straight run when you're doing something, when you're sewing something. You're going to get it done. It's going to get done. Even if it takes you 2 days or whatever to get it done. Or even if you got to cut everything out first, get your mind together, and then sew next week. Whatever you got to do to get it done, it will happen. You don't have to rush making it. And the more you take your time doing it, the better it's going to come out. And mistakes aren't the end of the world. And you guys will be able to get it all done. And I just want to thank you guys again for asking me to show you guys how to do things. And I want to thank you guys for all the love that you guys give me. A lot of people write me on my Instagram, The Zulia Effect, and tell me how they saw this YouTube tutorial and now they want to start sewing and all these different things, and it makes me feel good because at the end of the day, we're covering. Even though for me it's hard to cover, we are covering, you know? So the more you guys reach out to me and be like, I want this tutorial and I want that tutorial, I'm going to make it. And then we're covering. So you guys reaching out to me, you're helping me cover, and I'm helping you guys cover. So shukran, thank you guys. I love you guys, and I will see you guys later with another tutorial. Assalamu alaikum.